What's up, guys? We're on the water today and we're gonna jump on the brand new Centurion 2025 NV233. Now the NV series is brand new for 2025 for Centurion, and this NV233 is pretty sweet. It's got some unique line work and some unique features going on, but it's also a entry-level boat is where they're putting it, but it doesn't have necessarily an entry-level wake or entry-level wave. As you'll see, we're gonna get behind this thing, we're gonna surf and wakeboard, and it's gonna be capable to handle all the activities you wanna throw at it. Now this new NV look doesn't typically look like some of their RIs or some of their other boats in the line, because it's got its own unique look with that back end. That back end there is pretty sweet, and it also has a functional ability to it where it doesn't allow water to come up over the back. That platform's a new shape. There's definitely some new things and some new engineering that went into this NV series, and you can definitely tell when you're out there on the water. When you step into this boat, you're still stepping into a quality Centurion boat because it's got the nice stitching, it's got the good vinyl, it's got the quality build that Centurion provides, but it's just missing maybe some of those features that you're getting with the higher end boats, like a power tower and some of those features that are a little more pricey to have on your boat, but you're still getting, phone charger, heaters in the boat. There's obviously a lot of options you can add to it. You can keep it as bare bones as you want, or you can deck it out with speakers and heaters and everything that you want. But as far as for 2025, Centurion has packed this boat full of features, and I think you guys are gonna be excited to check it out. Getting in that driver's seat and feeling out the drivability of the boat was pretty huge, because having that stigma of it's an entry-level boat, I didn't think it would feel as premium as some of the other Centurion boats that I've been in before, but that wasn't the case. The throttle, the steering, the way the boat handles, the way the boat, it was really glassy today, which was epic, and you could feel the way the boat's moving on the water. And you could just tell that they've taken, some of their higher end boats in the past, and all that technology is trickling down. And that's what's coming up with the NV, is you have all these great technology advances in this brand new design NV series, and there's no lack of performance when it comes to the NV233. Now let's jump over to some specs and check out how this NV233 shapes up. Now the length of the boat is 23 3/8, and then we've got the beam at 102 inches wide. The weight of the boat is 5,425 pounds, but when you put it on the trailer, this thing is looking at 6,600 pounds. Seating capacity, we're able to take on 14 people. Now when it comes to the engine, you're gonna have two options from PCM, and that is gonna be the 409 and the 565 foot-pounds of torque. Those two options you're gonna be able to choose from depending on what price level you wanna come in at. When it comes to the ballast side of things, you've got the RAMFILL, and you also have some subfloor ballast as well. If you add in all the available options, you can get up to 5,000 pounds of ballast in this NV233. Now enough with all the specs, let's go ahead and get out on the water and walk you guys through the NV233. We're in the nose of the NV233 now. We're gonna start this walkthrough off here. So first thing I notice here is all the gator step on top of the boat here, on the gunnels and stuff. The way that this new boat is laid out and the way it's shaped, it's real easy to walk around and have good grip with all the gator step. So that is a plus starting things off. On a lot of these Centurion boats, there's a lot of room in the nose, and it's true for the NV. This is a entry-level boat, but you do have room and all the cool things that go into it. This center cushion does come out. This thing comes out. You can take that bad boy out. You've got room to put your legs there. But if you want to have like 3 people up here, maybe all your daughters and her friends, they want to hang out, tan, put that cushion there. You got plenty of room, it's real nice. You sit pretty deep down in it. Right next to me, we've got some wet sound speakers in the nose. We've got 2, 1 on each side. So those are really sweet. You're gonna have good quality sound coming with this entry-level boat. Nice little cutout here in the gator step, little logo action, love that. On this side, we've got a USB outlet as well. Charge it up, stay informed with your phone. The interior itself is really nice. good quality stuff. Centurion does a real good job. I've seen it firsthand of the ladies in there stitching these things up and using good quality stuff. You got triple, double stitches, all sorts of stuff going into this interior, and it definitely shows. All right, so we're gonna start coming through the boat. I'm gonna open up this windshield here. Pretty seamless, effortlessly. Right as you come in, I've got a trash can. Boom, just like that. Putting my trash away, not all in and around the boat. Love that. Mom, Dad, you're gonna be stoked. Now this windshield is new because the boat is new. The one thing that really stood out to me was the sides here. I think this cutout is super sweet because one, it's super easy to communicate with people. It's easy to grab the dock if you're on the driver's side. You can walk along here if you're trying to put the bimini on, anything like that. So A+ on this NV windshield. So now we're gonna look at the passenger side behind the windshield. First thing you'll notice, big old Centurion logo here in the gator step. So you could stand up on this, get grip, all on your toes. You gotta love that. Now in here in the glove box, this is where it's pretty cool and unique. You've got your battery controls, super simple to get to, very easy to get to. You've got dual batteries, and it's very smart how you can just have a house battery on and switch your engine off if you're hanging out, listen to some music out on the water. But then also next to it, which is really unique, is your breaker switches. So say you overpower something, the breaker goes off, you don't have to go up underneath a seat, try to figure out where it is. It's right here next to the battery. So that's easy to turn back on, get your system back up and running flawlessly. Got a little room in here to store some things, USB and an auxiliary input still. So, you know, good stuff here in the glove box of the NV. So now let's continue with this passenger seat. We obviously sit in it, so it's very comfortable, plenty of room. You know, honestly, I could have two, me and my girl, hanging out, gotta love that. But we do have gator step along the side here and on top, making it super comfortable. It doesn't get hot, very easy to touch. Grab handle here in case you need to get up, pull around. Maybe you got grandma in here, she can't get up. That's gonna make it easy. Also in the passenger side, we have a wet sound speaker. And again, these are RGBW, so you can make these colors whatever you want throughout the whole boat. The whole boat has a bunch of color options. It's pretty sweet. Now, as we continue with the seating in the middle of the boat, I wanna talk about this cushion in specific because it comes up, which is pretty sweet. So I can come up here, put that thing up, have a nice backrest, and be able to sit back and watch all the riding going down. But also, this person behind me can still sit there. They have all the room for their legs and everything else. So it just creates more options when it comes to seating in the NV. Within this seating, we have a nice fiberglass display over here. It's really nice for a entry-level boat to have this. You can color this to whatever to match your boat, which is super sweet. 4 cup holders, 2 more wet sound speakers, and some grab handles. So you're definitely secured and set when it comes to sound and comfortability. Underneath this seat here, we have some storage, got some jackets in here. It is rhino lined, so it makes it super grippy, so you're not gonna have things sliding back and forth as you're taking off and stopping, so that is a plus. And they do that before putting in all the interior, so they're thinking first for the customer. Now on this side of the seating, we've got a different situation. This seat doesn't come up as a backrest, but we've got 2 seats coming up, bringing some storage options available to you underneath your seating. And they're all on hinges, which is super nice. You don't have to move cushions and just be like, hold this cushion. It's right there, done. The other cool thing, we've got a heating unit in the boat. So you're cold, winter riding, whatever that's going on, put this thing up your shirt, stay nice and warm. Love that, love that. And it's pretty cool to have something like that with a entry-level boat. Now, underneath my feet, you see gator step, right? And that's kind of what's going on throughout the whole boat. If there's a spot to put it, they've put some gator step there. I love the 2-tone gator step. You have options as far as the different cuts. I mean, throughout the whole boat, you have different color options. I think there's 13, 16. I mean, there's a crazy amount of options that come with such a entry-level boat, but it's very customizable, which I think is super sweet. And I also love the way they just even put the gator step along the sides of the boat. So you're really covering all aspects of this boat in gator step. If it has an open space, it's covered. All right, coming from the floor, we're gonna look up and we've got the Battle Advanced Tower by Roswell. This is standard when it comes to the NV series. Now, this has a lot of options into it. You know, you can obviously see we've got 2 big wet sound speakers here, but we have room for 2 more. So a lot of things throughout this boat are option based. So you can customize these boats between the color, the options. I mean, I know these side panels, you can choose whatever color you want here through all their color options, which is pretty sweet. So you can make this boat very unique to yourself. Now, when it comes to this tower, it does have a bimini. The bimini is super simple to set up. You unzip it, unfold it, lock it in, done. On top of it, we also have the surfboard rack holder. So that makes it super sweet. You can fit 2 surfboards up there, but we also have the board racks on the side. Pretty simple, pull that up, swing her on in, take the board off. Now you've got access to it, real easy. Same thing, going out, swing it, you're done. It is not a power tower, it is an assisted tower. So what you'll need, this guy right here. So you'll go here with your little tool that comes with your NV, unlock it on both sides, and then you'll just pull the tower down, and it's assisted on some cables, making it super easy. Me, you, and your mom can do it. It's very simple. And then once you put it back up, you just lock it, put that back in your glove box, and you're ready to go. Now, the best seat in the house, as they say, is the captain's chair, the command center, right? This is the spot to be. And in this seat, you can see it's pretty aggressive on the sides. It's got these bolsters, is what they call it. And I'm really locked in here. It's kind of feels like a racing seat. Like it definitely holds you in there and it's nice and secure. So I do like that a lot. It does swivel, adjust back and forth. So you do have the flexibility with your seat to make sure it fits correctly for you. So that way you're not too far up on the dash or, you know, whatever you like. But underneath my feet here, I also have some gator step. So it's a pretty comfortable setting. Now, when I'm sitting here, I've got a pretty nice steering wheel, but I've also got really cool paddles. Now, these paddles operate the Stinger wake plate, which is underneath the boat. That's gonna articulate up and down. We've got a plus and minus here. That's gonna help shape your wave, or if you're running and the nose is real high, you'll put that thing down and it'll push the nose down. So that's a pretty sweet feature. On the right side, I've got my cruise control, plus and minus, so I can keep my eyes up and look where I'm going, but hit the plus and minus real quick and adjust my speed. So that's pretty sweet. On the right, this is where my arm is gonna rest. And it's honestly pretty perfect. Got a little armrest here, hands here. My shoulder is very relaxed. So if I'm out here all day, I'm not gonna be fatigued out from having to maneuver the throttle all day. So that's a very nice feeling situation here. On top of it, we have some more gator step on the gunnel side here. And like I talked about earlier on this windshield, we do have this cutout. So I can see everything over here. I can lean over, talk to who I need to talk to, grab the dock like I was saying. So I really love the windshield and the way it looks here. I have good visual in front of me, but I also have the ability to bolster up. So if I bolster up, now I'm sitting a bit higher, I can see more. So that's a quick option, just boom. I mean, you saw how easy that is. Now I'm back down in my seat, cruise mode, love it. Underneath me here, I have another wet sound speaker. So it's kind of the theme throughout the whole boat. You got audio everywhere, so you're not gonna miss a beat. For that audio, we have a wet sounds head unit over here to the left. So you've got full control, you know, connect your Bluetooth, radio station, you've got zone control. You can choose a lot of options within there and customize your audio settings. So that's all gonna happen with the wet sounds unit. Below that, I've got my phone. I've got a wireless charger here, so it can sit there all day charging, not having to worry about missing a phone call because my phone's dead. So it's right there in front of you. You can see it, you can touch it, you can do what you need. On the right side, we've got a couple of buttons, which is nice. It's not all touchscreen. You know, I've got a horn, got my nav, blower, bilge, and anchor lights, and then I actually have a key that turns on and off. So it is not push to start. You know, sometimes you gotta sacrifice some things for a entry-level boat. I think a key's okay. Everything functions great. Now, the last thing here on the dash is we have the screen. We've got a pretty big screen in front of us here, and it has all our vitals and everything we need to know. I can see how much gas, my battery level, where my tab is, my engine temp, my oil pressure, and obviously the speed, how many hours, and I can turn on and off my cruise control right here. That's just on the home page. So if I go down to the next one, I've got the wave control. You can have quick launch, you can have quick surf, all these little options, surf left, surf right, all that's gonna be in the surf settings. You go one below there, this is where we're gonna get into ballast, and you have a lot of ballast control in this boat. This has the RAMFILL, so that is pretty sweet. All you gotta do is go about 13, 14 miles an hour. It'll fill up the RAMFILL really quick. So it's a very simple, easy, unique feature that Centurion has going on. But we also have some fillable ballast up in the nose and other parts of the boat to give you more weight. So the total available ballast would be 5,000 pounds in this boat, which is pretty sweet. And that's definitely gonna get you a nice big wake or wave behind your NV233. Continuing down, we've got nav control, and we also have lighting control and our heater control. So we can turn on our tower lights, our interior lights, but we can also hit that little heater thing. Ooh, you hear them come on? Heat it up. It's hot out here. I'm not running those right now, but that is accessible, which is sweet. Then right below that, we've got our profile settings. So say you want to customize your setting, you got a little grommet, 8, 9 years old. He doesn't need the biggest wave or wake. So you can set it, 50% ballast, and all you gotta do is hit that activate, and it'll fill up exactly to those specs, exact to that speed you want, and you're good to go. So you gotta love that, making things easier for the customer. Centurion for the win. We're gonna step up here to the back of the boat. Pretty sweet to have some gator step built into that cushion, so you're coming in and out of the boat, not stepping on vinyl all the time. In case it's really hot out, you can step on this, stays nice and cool. Now underneath me here, we've got our biggest storage unit going on. One on the left, one on the right. This is where you're gonna fit boards, vests, tubes. You can fit your child in there. I don't recommend it, but it would be pretty funny to see. But in the middle, we also have some more storage. It's not as deep. I would say you could fit vest in there. It's right above the engine hatch. It's gonna keep them nice and warm on a cold day. So that's pretty clutch. On the left and right side, on the gunnels, again, we have gator step. You can step up on that. It's nice and flat. If you need to walk up along there, get in and out of the boat. I really like the way that they made the simple design, kept it flat, easy to walk on your feet, and it's covered in gator step. Love that. So as we come down the middle here, we have more gator step to step on. That way you're not messing up your cushions and you're nice and gripped up. We do have a little camera on the transom back here that goes up on the dash. So you necessarily don't need a rearview mirror. You could just be looking at your people surfing, knowing if they've fallen. I love that. People are back here swimming, people are back here. It's also a safety feature, which is really nice to have on an entry-level boat. Now we do have 3 more options to open up here. I kind of call this the wet storage section. This is where you can come on the boat, put your wet wetsuit, jackets, anything can go in here, and it's got drain holes, which is super nice. But you could also throw your shoes as you come onto the boat, anything like that. I think this is a great place for it because it's not the biggest storage, but it does have the draining capability, which you gotta love that. Now I'm on the platform of the NV, which is a brand new design because this is a brand new designed boat. So you gotta have a new platform, and they've definitely thought about that. It's a little bit sleeker, but you do have gator step on it. You do have the grab handles, which is like on every Centurion platform. So I do love that. It makes it easy to get up and on because you got something to grab onto. It is kind of sloped off. So water, anything kind of falls off it nicely and comes up on it as well. Really cool Centurion badging on the back here and also on the sides, giving it that unique look. But what's really unique about the NV is this whole shape of the back end of this boat. The way they've designed it, it's kind of like almost like a wave up on the back of there. And when you come to an abrupt stop, maybe you're surfing, wakeboarding, it's gonna help that water hit that and dissipate it out, right? So you're not having that huge wave of water coming up over the boat. So that is a A+ engineering design when it comes to the platform and the transom of the NV233. Now the big thing here, we're gonna talk about the performance behind the boat. So let's start with the wakeboard wake. Now wakeboarding behind this thing, I didn't even want to fill it up all the way because we filled it to about 80% and there was plenty. I didn't even have the front bag filled. There's so many really unique options. You can create your own rider profile. Say you're a beginner, you don't need a big wake, you can set it up that way. You're advanced and you want the biggest wake, you can have it all filled up to 100, set that profile, you're good to go. We found some settings that were perfect for us. I had plenty of pop, plenty of wake to work with, but it definitely could have got bigger. We actually were able to get out on the water with someone else and have them test out the bigger wake. So it's really cool to have a wake that is, adjustable. You don't have to have a monstrous wake that's gonna scare your little one when they jump on the water. But if you got, a veteran that wants to come out there and send it, you can fill everything up and adjust that plate and get it dialed in exactly how they like. Now with Centurion being known for wake surfing, it is really cool to see the wakeboard wake on this NV series be as dialed in as it is. It's even, it's simplistic, and it works. And that's what you want out of a boat. You don't want to be fidgeting with things. You want to press the buttons that you know you need to press, and you're out on the water and you're riding and having a good time. Now let's jump over to the wake surf side of things, which I think is awesome for an entry-level boat. We filled up, all the ballast, had our settings dialed in that we wanted. I think we were running about 11.1, and I can't explain how awesome it is to have a simple setup to an amazing wave, right? So getting behind this wave, you're not missing size, you're not missing any of that. It's everything you're gonna need to wake surf. Yes, you could probably add in more weight if you wanted to and make it even bigger. I'm sure the RI series is gonna be even better. But for an entry-level boat, this is not an entry-level wave. You're not struggling to make a wave. You're gonna have plenty of wave to work with, don't matter who you have. If it's a little kid, yourself, a pro, everybody is gonna enjoy themselves on this wave, and that is what I experienced on the NV233. All right guys, let's wrap this up for today. I really enjoyed getting out on the water, spending a day with this NV233, and man, it is refreshing to have a brand new boat in the Centurion line that kind of checks all those boxes, Yes, it's not the cheapest boat out there, but it's still one of the cheaper options that Centurion's offering, but you're getting a bang for your buck. You're getting an excellent wakeboard wake, you're getting an amazing surf wave, you're getting the quality build and the performance that you're gonna get out of any other Centurion. You're just missing maybe some of the bells and whistles, but it depends what you're looking for. If you're looking to get out on the water, have fun, and have the ability to do everything on the water, the NV series just might be for you. So if you guys want to know more, head over to centurionboats.com. You can go ahead and customize your own boat, colorways, interior, all the knickknacks you want to throw on there, you can do that on the website. But to really dive in, I want you guys to try to reach out to your local dealer and have them take you out on one of the new NVs so you can experience it for yourself. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any test drives or any other content we got coming out in the future. I'm Cole. I'm excited to get you guys out on one of these NVs. See you soon.